All right, all right. Good evening, good evening. It is another edition of Interludes Extra Presents Talk on Tuesdays. Wow, I can't believe it's been a couple of weeks. I didn't go live like this last week because I was doing a whole lot of traveling, but I am back. We are back, and of course, a lot of fun things are happening. It's July. It's summertime. What are we going to do? Summertime is doing its thing. It's doing its thing. And so what are we what's going on with us? It's called we've been checking out some movies and we've been traveling. So it's been a great time. But my goodness, it's another edition of Interludes Extra Presents Talk on Tuesdays. And I'm your host, Val The Voice Johnson. And of course, we are excited that you are joining us on tonight. Oh my gosh, I have a lot of fun stuff to share with you all and to let you all know that, hey, we're back and we're going to be having some fun. But before I do that, hey, let's do this. Here we go. It's another edition of Interludes Extra Presents Talk on Tuesdays. Myself and Coach Tony. Coach is coming. He's taking care of some business and having some fun with his family because he's got a lot of July birthdays happening in his life. And of course, I wanted to let you guys know about what's happening with me on later this week. KeySpot, who is one of our affiliate sponsors, there is a business networking overview session that's happening this Thursday, July 18th at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern. And yours truly will be a guest that'll be presenting about the new book, A DJ Saved My Life, and then also giving some business tips and tricks. So join us and share, connect, and grow. If you are a small business or you have a business or a book that you would like to promote, come join us. It's a free business networking session. It'll happen on Thursday, and it's with our affiliate partners, KeySpot. Share, connect, and grow. Man, I'm so excited. The book is available. I see some folks have purchased it. I want to send a major thank you to April Wheaton White for purchasing her ebook on today. And of course, we had another person that I met during the PNC or the PNX conference. His name is Michael Mumford, and he wrote a review. For the folks that haven't purchased the book, well, hey, you guys can scan the QR code and get it. It's How Music Gave Me a Purpose and a Voice. It's a little bit about my story and then also giving the ABCs of podcasting. I've been focusing on that on the podcast, on the Facebook, the Interludes podcast Facebook group. You guys have been tuning in, and I owe some folks some links. The ebook e-store is purelightHousemedia.net. Thank you, Daniel Nelson, for telling me how to connect those things together. I appreciate you so very much. And then, of course, on our Patreon page, it is Find Your Voice. Join our community on Patreon today. And that's patreon.com/interludes, where there's a lot of behind the scenes and other fun stuff that is happening back there. Because my goodness, there's a lot of stuff that is happening. And let me see who's here hanging around in the virtual building. I think I see King Wise listening and driving. Could not miss the podcast. Thank you. I'm so grateful that the podcast is happening. And of course, I see Queen Bella's in the building. Let's go. Thank you so very much for that, Queen Bella. Good to see you. Good to see you, of course. And then I see one of our former guests and great supporter of the platform. It's Tina Michelle. Hey, good to see you. Oh my goodness, awesomeness, awesomeness. I appreciate you. I appreciate you saying that, and I really appreciate you guys being here, of course. Oh my goodness. Well, I want to just get to it because I have been traveling for the last couple of weeks and I got a chance to be a part of the all new Power Networking Experience and Expo. Let me go ahead and get it up so you guys can see it. And good gracious, it's really a blessing that you guys are here. Oh, this is my friend. This is Corey CB. What's up? Stopping by to say hi. Appreciate you, sir. So good that you're here. Thank you so much for being here. And of course, Power Networking Conference. What is that all about? I talked about it last year. I had a blast going and just kind of being a participant or just, visually checking things out. But I was a part of the House of Creativity. We had our own table, which was phenomenal. And of course, the Power Networking Conference was started by this white-haired gentleman right here. His name is Dr. George C. Frazier. And there's a couple of the faces of some of the folks that appeared or was there at the Power Networking Conference. Man, did we have a blast. Did we have a blast. And I tell you, in Charlotte, North Carolina, of all places. So you see there in that picture, you have Dr. Frazier and Delano Johnson going and cutting the ribbon, saying, okay, the expo is now open. And it happened at the Charlotte Convention Center, which is a very interesting building. It's kind of shaped around a trolley or train that goes, and it kind of divides the convention center into two a little bit. So you have to go down and up, which was always fun from the hotel that we stayed in. We stayed at the beautiful Westin Hotel that was adjacent to the Charlotte Convention Center. And like I said, it was really a good time had by all. And of course, this is where you see the litany of pictures. They're coming, they're coming, they're coming. And of course, that's myself and Janita Burke, who has been a guest here on Interludes Extra Talk on Tuesdays, along with my writing mentor. You'll see her there. That is Monique Lisa Johnson. And of course, Johnson. Did you make that connection? That's right. Delano's her husband. And I see Bella saying, let's go. A DJ saved my life. Appreciate that. Appreciate that so very much. And of course, on the other side, we see Bella, we see Patty, we see Mitos, and then also Janita. We really had a good time. And here's the thing, that is some of our first time meeting up with each other. It's different when you actually see people in person. You know what I'm saying? And of course, we did the show, the podcast that you wonder, hey, Val, what's going on in the mornings? From 7 to 9 Central Time, I am doing the House of Creativity. And of course, I trade that off with 4 brilliant moderators. That would be King Wise. That would be Wise Jay Mullane, better known as Wise. You have Queen Lakeisha Mosley, and then of course Queen Midos, myself. And we have great participants, people that come in and give to the platform. The Brown Sugar Cafe. That's Terrence P. Elmore, who's been a guest on our show. Pastor and prophet Speaker T. He's better known as Dr. Anthony D. Shannon. It was good to see him in person as well. And to see Bella again, she was hyped to see all of us from this picture that you see here. And then in the center picture, I got a chance to meet with and see Dr. Renee Bradford. She is a digital pastor with the Lemonade Stand under the House of Creativity. And Beverly, we got a chance to meet with her, and she was only there for a day or two. She couldn't stay for too long. But like I said, we really had a blast. And that's Wise broadcasting live at our desk that we had, our setup there, which was really fun. Got a chance to get some lunch in, and that's Dr. Renee on the opposite side with Beverly, and then of course myself with Lakeisha. Oh my gosh, we really had a good time. And of course, Delano with myself and Mitos, and of course Wise and Patty. So these are all the folks that I've seen virtually in a circle. I've seen virtually in a circle for a long time, and then you're just kind of like, oh my goodness. Now, this is fun. I'm showing some pictures now from the Empowered Podcasting Conference. So I'm going to have to make sure that I go through and skip through those. But definitely, we really had a blast doing what we did. I think, where am I at? Okay, here we go. Let me get back to presenting. Because I'm like, wait a minute, that's another podcast. That's another conference. Thank you so much, Tina, for the hearts. Appreciate the love hearts. Oh my goodness. All right, let me go ahead and get this back up. Here we go. This is Tina. Her name is Tina as well. And then that's Lakeisha. They're people just happy to see each other again, because we met each other for the first time in Houston last year at the PNC conference. And this is Monique with her daughter and son-in-law. And then I got a chance to meet a very talented writer and producer, Larissa Bates. We hope to have her on the podcast to talk about her novels, as well as her producing not one, not two, but over 70 films in the entertainment industry. Just a brilliant young lady, and great to got a chance to meet her and talk with her as well. And then, of course, there's the ladies. I think we all met up and was like, we could try to get a picture in front of the PNC sign. So that's in the front. We see that there's Patty in the dead center. There's Joy, Tina, Mitos, Lakeisha, Janita. I see Queen Monique, and then Dr. Robin, and then also myself. We just had a good old time doing our thing. And also, so for the guests that were there, you guys know him. Well, professionally, his birth name is Percy Miller, but many people know him as Master P. He was there. I like to call him the Magic Johnson of hip hop, but he was there to present, and they had a fireside chat with Delano Johnson and also Dr. Frazier. So he really dropped some great great information as well. And then Rohan Marley. You guys, I keep forgetting his background. He's not a singer, as he repeatedly told us from the stage. And earlier this morning, when we had our House of Creativity business tips and tricks, I played like an 11-minute clip regarding how he went from one business to the next, but then eventually found his love of coffee in Ethiopia. He started something in Jamaica, but then he found himself and other things in Ethiopia. And I didn't know Ethiopia. There's a section of Ethiopia that is, they make and they grow coffee naturally. Did not know that. A lot of things we learned about him. And I had to do a little bit of a run or whatever for Mr. Marley without really realizing it. But I made sure that I got a chance to take a picture with him. I haven't posted this on social media, but I meant to. I talked to him about the film that we've reviewed here, One Love, and talked about how much we appreciated the story, the raw story about his son, about his father, Bob Marley. And he was just a breath of fresh air, very down to earth, very friendly. I even got a chance to, he was coming out of the convention center, or coming out of the hall that we were at, the ballroom. And one of the authors that was featured at our table, Mitos, she has a children's book called Don Neon. Of course, she's been on the platform as well. She had a stuffed toy of Don Neon, and they got a chance to take a picture with Rohan as well, because it's all about encouraging, I like to call it business, which is always fun. Oh my gosh. I think someone took this on King Wise's phone. I got a chance to meet actress and attorney Karina Lemons, who is one of the folks that's a part of both platforms on Clubhouse. And you see Wise in the dead center. He and I are kind of the tech for our House of Creativity that happens in the morning. And I don't know why my face looks so clear, but I think it's that iPhone 15 that King Wise has. I'm just making them laugh. I don't know. And then, of course, more photos. This was just after breakfast. That's Dr. Renee and Mitos and Lacresse. Lacresse, who worked in the medical field for a very long time. Now she has her own business. She was one of the administrators and tech and advisors with the PNC or the PNX conference. We got a chance to see a little bit of what she did organizing in action. There's a lot of moving parts for a conference, and it was good to be a part of the help versus just being a participant. So, oh my goodness, what a beautiful picture. And I think we took this just outside of where we had breakfast at the hotel, getting ready to go and do our thing. One person I was really happy to meet in person, he's been on the platform as well, is Prophet and Reverend and Pastor Anthony D. Shannon, Dr. Anthony D. Shannon, but he doesn't care about all those titles. He was a real person and a great person to meet. Great pictures that I got with him and King Wise. And then also Anthony, he has written a book called Live Generously. We talked about that on my platform. And then that's me on the side hugging Tina, because I was so happy to see her. But definitely such a good, great time. Oh, that's me hugging Tina again. Oh my goodness. But what I have to say is it was just really a good time to bond with folks. And I see some folks have joined us in the chat. Queen Lakeisha is here. Hi, what's up? Grand rising to you. Good to see you. And then, of course, JB Palm. That would be our very own Janita. There was a dance video that somebody captured of us because it's Beyonce. I can't play it, so we'll play it at another time. But yeah, I really had a good. Oh, these were the two pictures I meant to show that I didn't get a chance to show. But let me swing the cursor back over here and make sure that I show it. Here we go. Because I'm sitting up here like, did I show that picture? No, I did not. This is the one I really want to make sure that I showed. But definitely, we really had a good time. And this was one of my favorite pictures that I captured. It's Tina and Queen Lakeisha. This was our second time seeing each other. That was kind of our thing. So because we were at the conference last year, and then of course we came back this year, which is really cool. Oh my goodness. And of course I talked about that picture as well. So really had a great time. I got a lot of education. This book that I got people's books, a lot of, what do you call this? The Look Again, The Financial Challenge. This was by Michael Munford. And Michael supported the book, A DJ Saved My Life. And so I supported his, and he got a chance to sign it. And he was sharing his booth with Rick, the Wealth Coach. This gentleman, when he presented on stage, that's Rick Williams. He's based out of Indianapolis. This is Control Everything, Own Nothing, Secrets of How the Wealthy Live. He talked about estate planning, and I think that's something that a lot of people don't do. And so it was really good to meet these gentlemen and to meet his wife. Him and his wife were sponsors for a couple of presentations, because there was a play. There were plays that happened. I like to call them skits that I think Delano produced and Monique directed, or it was direct opposite. Either Delano directed it and Monique wrote. I think it's all intertwined in one. But I was really grateful to just be able to meet some great folks. And I got a chance to, there is another person I got a chance to meet. Tiana Von Johnson. I don't know if you guys can see that. She is being mentored under Master P. And so she did some presentations of what she does. And she says, brand everything. Don't just brand some things, brand everything. And of course, thank you so much for this, Queen Bella. Appreciate it. So I definitely just wanted to just do a brief breakthrough of some of the things that that we've been going over and what we've done. And like I said, it's just been a real blast to go ahead and have this. So I really had fun. I really had a time of my life. Now I had the time of my life. I'm not going to sing that. I'm not going to torture you guys with that song. Oh my gosh. On the plane, because I was on the plane a lot over the last 2 weeks. What was released, I believe, on July 3rd was the movie, and I hate to call it a sequel because I feel like it was a film all by itself. You didn't have to think about it too much. You didn't have to, it's a movie that was done 40 years ago and now it's back. Can you believe it? Eddie Murphy has made his way back to being filmed. This was released on Netflix. I was able to download the movie from Netflix onto my iPad and I got a chance to check it out. I don't know if you guys got a chance to check it out, but I was happy to see Eddie Murphy back in the saddle doing his thing again, coming from Detroit and doing his thing. And of course, I know my Michigan folks are here. What up, though? And as one of my friends says, 313 is the place to be. But I got a chance to watch this particular movie on the plane, and I was thinking, well, let me see if it's all good, because Beverly Hills Cop, the original one that was released back in '84, was hilarious. It introduced Eddie Murphy to a mass amount of folks. And so now 40 years later, he is back, directed by Mark Moley, and he introduces a few new folks. We have Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and he comes on as Detective Abbott, and then also Kevin Bacon, who plays a not so nice character, which is very interesting. I was very happy to see that. And then Taylor Page, I don't know if you guys know her, but she plays Jane Saunders, and she is playing his daughter. So they have an estranged relationship. So I thought that was a nice thing to add. What's most hilarious, and I don't know if you recognize this scene from '84, but this was the latest one. Judge Reinhold returns, as well as John Aston. Now, these gentlemen, those two have been in the film since its inception in '84. And I see Queen Lakeisha said, "What up, though? 313 is the place to be," representing Detroit. And I love that Eddie placed the film number one in Detroit and then brings it out to Beverly Hills. As you see that he's still driving the same Nova, Chevy Nova. That's raggedy. I'm thinking, after 40 years, you're still driving that car? You didn't get no better car than the Chevy Nova. I think it was like a 1972 Chevy Nova. Why is that poor child still driving that car? Janelle says Eddie Murphy never aged. I don't think so. I believe Eddie is in his 60s, and he's been doing this role off and on since '84. Also, a couple of folks, Bronson Pinchot was back as Serge. He's the one that is in the art gallery, and they bring him on again to talk, and they're doing some investigating, trying to figure out exactly where things are with real estate. And so, but I thought this was interesting. Here's the thing, for nostalgia's sake, I feel like that's why people love this movie. And for me it was an easy watch for me because I'm familiar with the characters. They almost crack the same jokes. This is one of my favorite actors here in this scene. Let me see if I can bring up his name, because it went right out of my head as soon as I looked at his face. But a lot of folks that was in the original films, and I noticed Eddie Murphy, when he was interviewed, he says everyone that is alive we brought him back for the sequel. And so this was really fun. And here's the thing, if you like Beverly Hills Cop, if you like the original, which came out in 84, the sequel in 87, the third one that came out in the 90s, I wasn't a big fan of it. I don't know about anyone else. I just wasn't a big fan of it. And I see that my cousin is here. What up, cuz? How you doing? He loved Axel F. That's wonderful. It was funny to me. And it's for nostalgia. Now you guys are going, oh, the plot twists are the same things happen at the same time, and it's no good. And I'm thinking, well, then don't watch it. If you're not a fan of the series, of the franchise, and if you're not a fan of Eddie Murphy, stay away from it. It's not going to be funny. You're going to be very critical of everything. I'd laughed all the way till the end, and Kevin Bacon did a really good job being a great, I call it, villain. Yes, and Janelle says he looks great for 60. Yeah, I believe he's a little over 60, but I forgot exactly where in his 60s that he is. He joked around and said that he didn't do a lot of his stunts, which I don't blame him. He's not doing the Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise still was doing a lot of his own various stunts. And in this scene, I don't know if you can see this, Eddie Murphy's real life daughter, she's a young lady all the way over to the left. She's the one that arrests him, and he got her a cameo role in the film. So that's his real life daughter in the film. Isn't that wonderful to be able to employ your offspring? Isn't that beautiful? And there's Taylor Page that plays his daughter in the film, Jane Saunders. They have an estranged relationship, and I think this was a nice light touch to the norm that you would see, the car chase, although it's in a golf cart for a little bit, then it's in a garbage truck. The same banter and kind of jokes that happen between cops. Are you at it again, Axel? He's at it again. But this was a little bit of a different touch, because one of the characters is encouraging Axel, you need to try to have a good relationship with your daughter, like try to nurture it, do something. And when her life gets threatened, and some case that she's working on, attracts the attention of Axel, he comes out there and he wants to help. Of course, if you know how the first, second, and third film goes, more so the first and second, this one, it was like paint by numbers. We're gonna not move too many chess pieces around. We want you guys to watch it and enjoy it for nostalgia's sake. So that is Axel F. I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch it, but I got a good, like I said, that was a very entertaining film to watch while on the way to the conference. And here's Janelle. She says he did the same thing for Coming to America Part 2. And I think that was on Amazon Prime. He brought back all the original characters, the ones that are still alive. And I think because he got the deal with Amazon, and I think that film streamed well. That's how it goes now. If the streams are very well, they bring you back for more stuff. So for Eddie Murphy, the first week that Axel F was released on Netflix, it was #1 for new films. And so that was really a great time. And so I'm having a blast, and I had a blast checking that out, and if you guys haven't seen it, Beverly Hills Cop Axel F is on Netflix streaming right now. So if you guys want to check it out, there you go. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm waiting for Coach, but I think Coach is probably tied up with a birthday that he has for his eldest daughter. He told me, "Oh, we're gonna have dinner, and then I'm gonna try to get there as quickly as possible." And I said, "You know what? Take your time. If you come, you come. If you don't, it's no big deal. It is what it is." But we'll be right back after these messages. But I tell you guys, we're going to have a blast and do our thing. And like I said, it is Interludes Extra presents Talk on Tuesdays. We'll be back right after this. Talk to you.
Hey, it's your main man, right back at you. Coming live here from the Rise Studios. And it's your guy talking about what? Pull Up Podcast Show. What is the Pull Up Podcast Show? It's a brand new podcast hitting your airways nationwide, talking everything on sports, from baseball, basketball, hockey, and then I tell you, we're going to have a lot of fun. So make sure, if you want your questions answered, you want to have fun talking a lot of sports, make sure you pull up on me, because it's the Pull Up Podcast Show.
It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up.
Also, for those that want to learn a little bit more about this right here, oh yeah. That right there, that's the Rise, NIL, talking name, image, and likeness. Those having opportunities, getting paid, you want to tune in to it.
Sports show, let's go. It's the Pull Up Podcast show. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. I love the music for that. Oh my gosh, I love the music for our Pull Up Podcast show. So that's the trailer for that, and we're getting ready to wrap up his first season. I'm excited about that. Are the kids here? I don't know if anybody can hear the kids, but Val love the kids. I say that in the mornings on one of my morning shows. I say Val loves the kids. Well, let me do this. Oh, and thank you so very much for that. I appreciate that, Janelle. She said, thank you so much for the review. And like I said, I enjoyed Axel F. And I see my cousin, he said he loved it. So he enjoyed it. So that's cool. But like I said, if you don't like Eddie Murphy and you think, oh, I don't want to see another sequel, stay away from Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F. But for myself and others that love the platform, that loves it, we're going to be there for it. That's what we say. Oh, my goodness. Well, Coach, if he was here, he would let you know that his kids, he loves his kids. It's his son's birthday. I think his son's birthday was last week. He turned 21, so he's now legal. So happy birthday to Coach Tony's son. I forgot his name. I think it's Junior. So this is probably Tony Jr. And that's his other daughter there as well. I took that picture probably that was last summer, I believe. That's when I took that picture. And Tony sent me these pictures, which is kind of cool. Him and his son. This is cool when you're able to chill and be at the bar with your offspring. And you know, Coach Tony loves. He joked around and said, "Big pimping with the hat." I don't know if the hat is pimping. I don't know. It is what it is. But him and his son got a chance to celebrate his son's 21st birthday, and what a fun time it was. And so he's like, "Oh, Val, I'm gonna go ahead and send you some pictures." I said, "Cool, go ahead and do that for me." So I don't know if you all have kids or have children that are around the legal age, either 18 or 21, but I feel like it's a rites of passage of like you get a chance to really have a good time. Or number one, if you are carded for alcohol, you don't have to be carded anymore. You're like, well, wait, I'm 21, I'm legal. But here's the thing. His son right now is in school and learning broadcast and a few other things related to content creation as well. And so his son helps him out on his end there in Tennessee when it comes to Coach doing the show from there. And so congratulations and happy birthday to Coach's son, Junior. We appreciate you, man. Look, he's cheesing. And like I said, I could tell that both Tony and his partner has raised him right, because he kept saying yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am to me. I says, well, he was not raised in Chicago, so that's a Southern thing. That's a Southern thing. I totally get that. Oh my goodness. And thank you so much for that, Janelle. Happy birthday, Tony Jr. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm going to show one more picture that I got from the PNC conference. I was really excited to see folks in person. This was at our last event, just after the last event ended, which was Dr. Frazier making us come around the dance floor and sing Bill Withers' song "Lean on Me." When you're not strong, I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. Well, this picture kind of represents the physical version of the House of Creativity. And that was a platform that was started by Delano A. Johnson a while back, but it came into realization in 2021 when they started on Clubhouse, which is phenomenal. So in the picture that you see, there's LaCresse next to me. There's a JB Palm who's in the audience, but that's Janita from Bermuda. And then, of course, the couple dead center, that is Monique and Delano together. There you see Nitos and Joy and Tina, and then that is Lakeisha. Now, I know because I don't see Wise, that means he took the picture. So I think I don't know where the picture is that has Wise in it, but I guess I'll look for it. But like I said, we really had a good time, and we're encouraging folks to, if you have a small business or if you have a business and you're looking to network with others or at least make some friends, and definitely what Dr. Frazier has encouraged many of us to do that have come is to bring another young person, someone under the age of 25 that has an interest in starting their own business, or they've already started their business and they would like to power network with folks. And so, like I said, there was a lot of people there to power network with. I'm hoping to have some of the folks that I met and saw at the conference. And like I said, that couple that you see at the dead center, congratulations to Delano and Monique for all of their hard work behind the scenes with the conference. Many of us had a blast because of what they did before, during, and now after the conference. It's going to be next year. I believe it might be in Charlotte, but it might be in Georgia. Don't know, but I am going to be right there. Oh my goodness, that's going to be fun for me. Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? Mr. Springer is not here, so I have to do my own thing. And of course, this coming Thursday, I want to let you guys know that there's a business networking overview session. I'm going to be presenting. I'm going to be a speaker virtually at this session. Key Spot is one of our affiliate sponsors. And so if you would like to attend, scan the QR code that you see there and you can come. It's an eBrite. Yeah, eBrite invitation, and you can sign up and come see us. It's at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern. I'd love to have you all be in the room and support. And like, I'll be presenting about the book, A DJ Saved My Life. So I'm going to be doing a lot of those virtual as well as in-person speaking engagements regarding this book. I am so excited that it's out. I got a recommendation from one of my good friends, April. She said, Valerie, why don't you do something where you read a chapter from the book, or you at least read part of the book to us? I said, I will do that. That can happen. I can read. I hope I can read since I wrote a book. So I will be doing that on the after show. And I brought back the after show. So excited about that after a couple of months, because I was thinking I've got to get this book out and get it to the peoples. The book is out. So I'm so excited. And you can go and check out the store at purelighthouse.media.net. Major thanks to Daniel Nelson, who walked me through the website process. I really, really appreciate you on that. And of course, our Patreon, Interludes Extra presents Find Your Voice. Join our community via Patreon today at patreon.com/ interludes. Oh my goodness. Well, coming up next week, it's the last episode, a last original run episode for the Pull Up Podcast show. You guys have given us so much support on the Pull Up Podcast. You've been telling other people about the sports show. And not last week, but the week before, our podcast about in our show that talked about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, over 1,800 views. That's amazing to me. I don't know what happened, but I guess you guys want to know about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. But I just found out some information regarding Caitlin Clark. I think she has now been invited to be a part of the women's Olympic team. And you guys know the Olympics is starting July 26th in Paris, France. So myself and King Tony will be covering that. But next week, he will be back with his last original run of the first season. It'll be episode 122. And I'm excited. He's got a wonderful guest that's going to be coming on. And so I'm excited to see how that is going to play out. Oh, my goodness. And then, of course, next week we'll be back with another live edition of Interludes Extra Presents Talk on Tuesdays, where we celebrate people in entertainment, sports, and film. And of course, a lot of folks that I met at the Power Networking Conference, you are probably going to see them come straight through here on the platform. Man, oh man, oh man. This has been a lot of fun. I usually don't like doing this by myself, but I'm okay with it. And of course, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to the Interludes YouTube channel. And on this particular video, even if you're watching on Twitter and also, Instagram, as well as LinkedIn, hit the like button and please share, let people know what is happening. And of course, like I said, the Pull Up Podcast show is every Monday at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm Val The Voice Johnson. I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. And of course, if you want to really get involved with the Interludes Podcast, join our Facebook group on Facebook. You got to answer those questions. You don't answer those questions and you don't have a profile picture, myself and other moderators will not let you come in. You want to come on in and have some fun. More pictures from the PNX conference, as well as the Empower Podcasting Conference, both in Charlotte. They'll be all featured there over on the Interludes Podcast Facebook. So I am so grateful that you guys are here. We'll see you on next week. And then, of course, tomorrow morning, if you're available during the Central Time Zone, there's a Wellness Wednesday situation I'm a part of with Queen Lakeisha on Clubhouse. What I'm going to start doing is streaming a part of that show from one of my devices. You guys will be able to see that on the Interludes Podcast Facebook page. And I'll see you guys on next week. And as I like to say, peace. Be blessed, y'all.